There are dozens and dozens of reasons to move to Wesley Chapel, Florida. It's one of the most popular suburbs in the Tampa Bay area, and it's growing rapidly. However, there are also a number of reasons not to move to Wesley Chapel, and that's where you don't tend to get that information online. So what I'm going to do today in my video is break down the top reasons that you might want to avoid moving to Wesley Chapel and give you the nitty-gritty, low-down dirty on some of the cons of living there. I'll be sharing some of the most common reasons that our customers have told us over the years of what they don't like about being in Wesley Chapel, and I'm going to tie it up in a nice little package at the end for you and give you my theories and thoughts on what some of the negatives are, as well as someone that's been selling homes there for the last decade or so. So make sure you watch all the way to the end, because you're not going to want to miss any of the reasons in case one of them is important to you if Wesley Chapel has been on your radar. So grab your notebook, grab your popcorn, settle in, let's get right into it. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty of reasons not to live there, let's talk about Wesley Chapel in general. Now, the population rose to just over 80,000, and like I said, it's been really kind of rapidly increasing. It's one of the faster growing areas in Tampa Bay, and in fact, we've been working with a ton of people who have been moving out of Tampa and moving to Wesley Chapel. There's a lot there. The location is fantastic. There's great deals to be had on new construction there. And it's really one of those areas where they're building it up so much that the infrastructure is really starting to take off as far as things to do, shops, and even more jobs moving into the area. So all of those are great things. But like I said, there are some hidden secrets there, and I want to make sure that I don't just look at it through rose-tinted glasses. Now, like I said, Wesley Chapel is one of the better locations as far as Tampa suburbs go. It's just 20-25 minutes north of Tampa, and it's a straight shot down I-75 and 275, so very, very accessible. It's one of the reasons it's so popular. However, one of the things you need to be aware of, and a reason that might knock Wesley Chapel off the list for you totally, is that it's a long, long way from the Gulf and from the water. Now, when people move to the Tampa Bay area, they're normally thinking of beaches and water, like Clearwater and St. Pete Beach. Those are some of the best beaches in the entire country, voted year after year. It's miles and miles of white sand. The water is clear blue. It's literally where people travel from not just over the US, but all over the world to vacation. It's a big draw point. And whereas some of the suburbs are pretty well located and readily accessible to those areas, Wesley Chapel is probably one of the less accessible areas to the Gulf. In fact, if you want to get to Clearwater Beach, it can easily be a 90-minute drive depending on traffic. It's certainly not a hop, skip, and a jump across the water or across the bridge like if you're living in Tampa somewhere, or even in a suburb like West Chase, which is considerably closer. And it's something that a lot of people don't consider. They look at it on a map and it looks like it's pretty close, and hey, it's Florida, so everywhere's close to the water, right? But definitely not Wesley Chapel. This has been probably the #1 complaint that I've heard from people over the years, where they say, man, I just wasn't aware of just how far it was and just how difficult it was to get there. So I want to put that to the forefront. We do tell people that, but of course they don't necessarily heed our advice. The location towards the Gulf or waterfront is pretty inaccessible, pretty far away. Now, the #2 reason that you might not want to move to Wesley Chapel especially is if you don't like homeowners associations and you don't like additional fees, because Wesley Chapel is absolutely rife with both of those. Now, pretty much every single new home that's being built in Wesley Chapel at the moment, and there are hundreds, if not thousands of them, are built inside of a homeowners association community or an HOA. And what that does is it means that you have to live by a set of rules. The homes are a little bit more uniformed. Now, what deed restrictions mean are there are certain things you can and can't do with your property. You have to live by a set of rules, whether that's not being able to park cars on the road overnight, not being able to have commercial vehicles in your driveway, or even having to pressure wash your drive to keep it clean, or what sort of lights and how long you can leave up for Christmas. And for some people, it's just a little bit micromanaging. Now, not all homeowners associations are created the same. Some of them are much more strict than others, but pretty much 99% of the new construction in Wesley Chapel is within a homeowners association community. And the other thing that the HOAs have on top of an HOA fee is most of them have a CDD, or Community Development District fee, as well. This is essentially a bond which is paid in your property taxes. Now, when you combine the HOA and the CDD fee together, you can easily be paying an extra $400-500 per month if you're looking at some of these high-end communities. And that's a bill that some people are simply not willing to foot. On top of that, of course, some people just don't want to be in a homeowners association community. They want to have a little bit more freedom as to what they can do with their home. They don't want to be in those tightly regulated types of areas. And if that's not your speed, then Wesley Chapel might not be the place for you because, like I said, most of the homes are going to be in those HOA areas. So guys, what do you think so far? Do the pros outweigh the cons, or is there enough here to stop you from looking at Wesley Chapel in the future? Please comment down below, let me know what you think the biggest problem is with Wesley Chapel currently. And if you could take a few seconds to like the video and also hit the subscribe and notification bell, that way you'll be kept up to date with all the videos about Wesley Chapel we release. And if you're thinking about moving to Wesley Chapel or any of the surrounding areas north of Tampa, you can call, text, email us at the phone number or email address below, or you can set up a Zoom link in the comment section down below. We love working with folks like you from the YouTube channel. You're my favorite customers. There's never a stupid question, never a time that's too early to get it answered. Anyway, back to the video content. Now, another thing you might not like if you're looking to move to Wesley Chapel is the exploding home prices. Now, Tampa is one of those areas where it's been going down in price in 2023 and 2024 and 2025. However, Wesley Chapel prices have remained pretty stable. They've certainly gone down less than Tampa Bay. And as the market starts to recover here and we move into a little bit more of a stabilized market, Wesley Chapel is likely to be the area that starts seeing acceleration the fastest. So if you're looking for affordability, Wesley Chapel might not be the place. There's certainly more affordable suburbs, whether it's Lutz or Land O'Lakes, or if you want to get a little bit further north, Spring Hill, Brooksville. However, of course, Wesley Chapel does have a ton of amenities, so you kind of get what you pay for. But without a doubt, the home prices in Wesley Chapel saw more of an explosion during the boom. They've held up a lot better during the bust, so it doesn't give quite the bang for buck that some of the other areas do. Now, of course, the flip side to this is if you do buy a property, as soon as the prices do start going up, you're likely to see some appreciation, equity in your home a little bit quicker than if you buy in some of these less popular suburbs. So is it a good thing or a bad thing? It's all in the perspective. But again, I certainly want to bring it to your guys' attention. Now, another complaint that we hear from people in Wesley Chapel, and a reason that you might want to avoid it in 2026, is that the majority of the homes, again, are built on smaller lots. Now, this is a trend we've seen over the course of time in pretty much all of the suburbs, but again, Wesley Chapel seems to suffer a little bit more than most. So certainly in some of the less expensive homes, in some of these brand new neighborhoods, it feels like they're trying to squish these homes in just a little bit too much. The joke is always that you can put your hand out the bathroom window and touch your neighbor's hand reaching out their bathroom window. And I'll tell you, in some cases, it's not far off of the truth. We're looking at narrow lots with very, very small setbacks where the homes in some of those areas, in my opinion, feel just a little bit too tight. And then again, when I look at some of the surrounding suburbs again, like Lutz or Land O'Lakes, there are certainly more areas where you can get more land than you can in Wesley Chapel. Now, that's not to say that there are not areas and neighborhoods where the lots are a little bit bigger, half acre, maybe even an acre in some places. And there are some places outside of the HOAs where you can have even more land than that. But again, remember, that's going to come at a cost premium compared to some of those other suburbs. So it's just something to weigh up. If you are someone that values privacy and space, again, Wesley Chapel might not be top of the list when it comes to your home purchase. And then number 5 for reasons is my biggest gripe about Wesley Chapel, although admittedly I don't live there, and that is the traffic. Now, there's a number of things to say about this. The first thing is because there's so much construction going on in Wesley Chapel and there's so much happening there. So I'm thinking about the Orlando Health Hospital being built there. I'm thinking about a Legacy at Wiregrass, the new downtown that's being built. All of these extra amenities that are popping up everywhere. Of course, that's going to bring with it construction. You can't have those things and not have construction and not have construction traffic. So it's a necessary evil as part of the growth. And certainly I love going to Wesley Chapel with the family and kids because there is so much to do there compared to where I live in Brooksville. So traffic is going to be part of that. You have to accept it. And it's all relative, right? Because I'm coming from Brooksville, which is a very small city where if there's 2 cars at the red light, it's considered a traffic jam. So moving from there to Wesley Chapel and having to sit for 2 or 3 sets of lights when you come off of I-75 at 56 seems like absolute torture. But for the young couples that we're working with who move out from Tampa, who were living downtown there and moving to Wesley Chapel, the traffic's nothing for them because it's nowhere near as bad as sitting on some of the roads trying to get across town in the morning to get to work. So it's relative to what you're used to. Like I said, for me, it's a huge issue, and Wesley Chapel does have kind of a reputation in general for having more traffic than most areas. I think most people would agree that it's kind of an issue there at the moment, but it won't be forever because once all of these things are built, the construction traffic at least will go away and they are doing smart growth and smart work on the roads to make sure that they're able to handle the additional traffic a little bit better. So what do you think, guys? Are those reasons enough to keep you away from Wesley Chapel in 2026? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think the biggest negative is of Wesley Chapel. Maybe it's something I didn't mention here that I can do when I refresh these videos yearly. Now, like I said, if you're looking to make a move to Wesley Chapel and this hasn't stopped you and all of the great things about it are enough of a draw, you can reach out to us at the phone number below. You can call, text, you can email us or set up a Zoom link. We love working with folks like you on the YouTube channel. We're Wesley Chapel experts and we've helped dozens of families move there in the last year. You can also check out a whole host of other videos on the channel about Wesley Chapel as well, whether it's new home construction tours or pros and cons, cost of living, map tours or vlog tours. We've got them all on the channel. Just search for Wesley Chapel and you'll find them. Until next time, I hope to show you around town one day. I'm Ross Hardy from the Hardy team. It's time to love where you live.